Hey, what is up, ladies and gents? First of all, let's talk gigapresses. Yes, we are literally going to jump in that quickly, but I've got an update today to go ahead and start things out that you guys are not going to want to miss, because we know that gigapresses for Tesla, right? Huge advantage. These things are going to make cars like toys, literally in a way that we've never really thought about before. Well, now I just absolutely smacked the microphone. I apologize for that. Anyway, Tesla is rumored to not only be buying gigapresses from Idra, okay, their original gigapress supplier, they're also now rumored to be buying gigapresses from another gigapress supplier, the largest one in Switzerland, okay? Now, rumors out of China, according to Teslarati, are suggesting that Tesla is going to start buying gigapresses from Bueller in Switzerland. That is absolutely giant. Now, Chris Z on Twitter shared an update on this and said, Tesla's gigapress supplier will be replaced from Italy's Idra to Switzerland's Bueller next year. The latter is also one of the world's 6 largest die-casting giants. It rejected Tesla's demand for a 6,000-ton level gigapress in 2019, but now their products offer better performance. Then Alex responded and said, interesting, any source or indication if it's just a rumor somehow confirmed? The source comes from the employees of a Chinese car startup. In 2022-2023, China will have a large number of models with integrated die castings in mass production. They analyze and benchmark Tesla, and they are smarter and more diligent than car companies in other countries. Here's the thing. That's super interesting, right? But I want to go ahead and say right now, and this is my honest opinion, okay? I do not think that we will see Tesla walk away from Idra for gigapress machines. Here's my take. Now, I want to ask you guys, what do you think about this? I think that honestly, there's a chance that Tesla could use Bueller or a different gigapress producing company in China and use Idra in other markets. Because really, why not, okay? This would give Tesla the power to scale in a way that nobody's really thought about. You know, it's kind of funny. We talked about Idra starting out with gigapress production, getting those up and running for Tesla. Not a lot of people have talked about Tesla working with another gigapress supplier as well, okay? It really has not been a giant topic of discussion. But what do you guys think? Could Tesla start working with other gigapress suppliers to get this machinery prioritized and get cars being made like toys, okay? I think that, again, there is a good chance that could happen, and I think it really might need to happen for prices to really come down, for Tesla to beat the competition definitively in terms of the pricing lineup, 15, 20, 25 grand for electric cars. That could be a massive, massive win, and I think that really it could start to happen soon. Anyway, let's go ahead, guys. Let's talk about more commentary from Elon Musk on the media. Now, I want to talk about this because, again, I do think it matters a lot. But anyway, Elon Musk brought up a comment on the media again on Twitter, and he brought up bias, okay? Negative and positive bias for himself, for Elon Musk. So Musk brought this up in response to Shibatoshi Nakamoto and said, the media has strong negative bias and are driven by clicks. They can't help it. Unfortunately, I generate lots of clicks, but these things move in cycles. When it starts boring readers to knock me down, they will build me up. This cycle has happened so many times. Which is a super interesting insight, right? I mean, come on, it really is. That's a big insight from Elon Musk. Tesla owner Silicon Valley weighed in and said, you recommend any news agencies? Okay. And Musk said, it sure is hard to find a news source that's accurate, relevant, and not totally depressing. Old school version of The Economist and Jon Stewart Daily Show / Colbert Report were great. Maybe Twitter can become that. So again, Musk thinking about Twitter. Now, does this prove that Musk is about to move back into Twitter, get the deal up and running again, and really make a huge inroads in that regard? Not necessarily. Really when it comes down to it, it isn't a definitive factor saying, hey, the Twitter deal is back on. But it is something that is worth noting, right? He's still talking about that. Anyway, guys, now let's go ahead and move on to an update also, because now news has surfaced for an update for the Jaguar I-Pace, okay? Another Jaguar I-Pace, according to Electric, has again caught fire. And I gotta say right now, not something we want to see, okay? Not something we want to see at all. I know sometimes people look at this, they say, hey, isn't that good for Tesla? Not necessarily, because EV and battery fire in the same sentence, not a good thing, okay? We want to see less of that. Here's the thing, okay? This is super interesting because right now, it is still something that distinguishes Tesla from the competition. I think that we've noticed that some car companies have a larger instance of battery fires versus others. And it's an area where time makes really the biggest difference, okay? Tesla's been working on EVs for a super long time. They've done a great job with that, and guess what? It really has ended up paying dividends for Tesla as a company. Anyway, quick update there. I hit the microphone again just now. Sorry for that. Sorry. I'm having I've got a bad habit of that today. Anyway, let's move on, guys. Let's go up here. What am I saying? Let's talk about an update now for the Chevy Silverado EV. According to Teslarati, this has now appeared on roads in Montana. Now, guys, this is giving us a look at what the Silverado EV looks like. Of course, it was, I believe, initially unveiled during the Super Bowl advert that made a lot of people think The Sopranos was going to be rebooted. Unfortunately, it was just a Chevy ad. But anyway, yeah. Now, actually, The Drive has shared videos of this on Instagram of the truck being spotted in Montana. Here's the thing. It is the 2024 Chevy Silverado EV, according to The Drive, pardon me. This is not clear whether or not this was the car or the truck that Meadow Soprano was driving. It does look as though it could be slightly different, but not overly so. Looks like a pretty standard truck. And here's the thing, I don't know if this is accurate or not, but it looks like it could be slightly smaller than some other Chevy trucks that we've seen. Again, not sure if that's accurate. Would not surprise me if they're reducing the overall size to work on actually increasing efficiency. But anyway, quick update there. Now, guys, let's go ahead and move on to an update also for Tesla and Tesla stock. Now, we're going to talk about Tesla stock in just a bit, but the Tesla Cyber Roundup is approaching this week, okay? That is big. August 4th, 4:30 p.m. Central Time. That is the annual meeting of the stockholders. And during that, there's going to be discussion, I believe, about the split for Tesla stock. Now, according to Teslarati and other sources, we could be looking at a 3-to-1 split for that. Really, that would not surprise me at all. I know some people have been suggesting like a 30-to-1 split. In my honest opinion, that really just doesn't make sense. You know, it's kind of interesting to talk about. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that we could very well see a 3-to-1 split because, again, the price right now creeping up on like $900. 3-to-1 split on that brings it back to like $300 per. That's not a bad outlook. Again, that means that if you have one share, you'd get 3. Each one would have a third of the previous price. Anyway, it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I am a fan of that idea because, again, if you are looking at whole share purchasing, which some people do, you know, some people like to stick to that. Some people only have that with their brokerage. They don't have fractional shares. It is something that can sort of increase the accessibility. That's part of the reason why I believe Amazon had a stock split recently as well, because the price was pretty large. It doesn't affect the market cap, right? There oftentimes is more fluctuation, more volatility with the split. But again, I do think that is worth noticing. Or noting, not noticing. What am I saying? Anyway, speaking of update, I noticed. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Let's talk about an update, guys, for the Tesla Model S Plaid. Now, according to a number of Model S Plaid reservers in Europe, we're hearing that now the Model S Plaids in Europe are starting deliveries apparently this weekend. Yes, you literally heard that right. This upcoming weekend, it appears as though Model S Plaid deliveries are started. A buyer in Sweden brought this up. A number of other buyers have talked about this as well, and that's a great update. Of course, when it comes down to it, that has been delayed for a little bit, not really all that long. Model S Plaid was kind of prioritized in other markets first, but it is now starting to really roll out, and that's a great, and I mean a great thing. Anyway, guys, with that said, now Ford's Blue Cruise, aka Blue Clues, has now hit the 10 million user mark. Okay, interesting. Not super noteworthy there. It's something. Again, I would say that Tesla is still very far ahead. Anyway, Elon Musk tweeted about interactions between Twitter accounts over the weekend and said, and I quote, "Interaction with almost all Twitter accounts seems to be much lower in recent weeks and days. Accurate? Stock Market News on Twitter responded to this and said, "Not for finance, Twitter. This was the craziest week of the year." Musk responded and said, "We live in interesting times." Okay, so anyway, quick update there. And yeah, the market's been moving quite a bit. There's been a lot of volatility. Anyway, with that said, now let's go ahead, guys. Let's move on to an update for quantum Scape batteries. These are solid state batteries. Guys, when I ask all of you right now, do you think that Tesla should buy quantum Scape? Do you think they should do this? Do you think they should buy a stake in this company? In my honest opinion, I think it's starting to look like it could be a really good idea, because now, according to QuantumScape's Q2 2022 report, they are working on 24-layer solid-state cells. That's going to ease up manufacturing. They're looking at scaling manufacturing, and they have 2 new customers. Guys, I think it could be a good idea for Tesla to swoop right in there and say, "Hey, we're going to go ahead, we're going to buy you out." Not sure if that'll happen, but QuantumScape is working on solid-state batteries, and it is noteworthy, okay? It is certainly noteworthy. Anyway, guys, let's move on now. Let's talk about an update for Tesla Superchargers in Beijing and China and really everywhere. Now, according to Inside EVs, Tesla has expanded the Supercharger network. 100 Superchargers are now open in Beijing in and of itself. Now, Beijing, that's a huge city, right? That is a huge city. So really, 100 Superchargers, it's kind of funny because for a city like, if we're talking about, I don't know, I mean, even like Denver or something, not to talk about Denver in a negative light, but Denver is smaller than Beijing. If we were talking about maybe Toledo, Ohio, I don't know why that just came to my mind, but anyway, 100 would be a much bigger deal. 100 is still awesome for Beijing, I gotta say. That is still fantastic, but I think that, again, market saturation there is going to get even better, and Tesla's looking very, very nice for that as well. Anyway, guys, with that said, let's move on to an update. I want to ask all of you, do you think Tesla should make a truck based on the Model Y platform? Because now Inside EVs has shared some renderings from Builder showing off a concept of a Model Y sort of turned into a Cybertruck, or a Cybertruck on the Model Y platform. I gotta say right now, I really like the Cybertruck design. So again, I think that it's fine how it is, but adding another truck to Tesla's lineup would be a pretty cool idea, especially something built on a platform that already exists. Anyway, we're going to keep on pushing through. We're going to keep on pushing. Anyway, let's talk about an update for Elon Musk and Twitter. I don't know why I screamed that, but now Elon Musk has countersued Twitter over the $44 billion deal. We know that Twitter has raised a lawsuit, okay, obviously for the Twitter acquisition deal, and we are now hearing that, according to Reuters, Musk filed the suit confidentially, but it did receive details on the suit going forward. And yeah, I mean, again, there's going to be quite a bit of pushback. It's not going to be something that's just going to be over and done in an afternoon, okay? It's not how this is going to work at all. And I think that's something we really need to be very aware of. Could drag on for a while. I think that Musk is still refocusing on Tesla anyway. And I think that is for the best. Anyway, with that said, now let's go ahead, guys. Let's move on to an update also for the Tesla Model Y. The company now, Autonomy, has added a Tesla Model Y to its lineup. It is now part of the subscription service and apparently is adding several, so a quick update there. Porsche has now developed its own electric motors for its own brand of e-bikes and for other e-bikes, okay. NIO is now adding a phone, okay, yeah, they really are. And they're also looking at making their own $15,000 EVs. Okay, interesting. Musk also tweeted a few more big updates on Twitter and said, first of all, some people are no nonsense, but personally, I like a little nonsense. Okay, anyway, fun update there as well. Then Musk also tweeted, and I quote, Tesla plus Twitter equals Twizzler. Now, some people have taken this as a sign that the Twitter deal is still going on, possibly a merger between Twitter and Tesla. Guys, we just talked about Reuters indicating that Musk is countersuing. I don't think that this is a huge indication the deal is still going on. It could be, but again, it is tough to say, okay? Anyway, guys, with that being said, now another update from Musk on Twitter. Elon Musk brought up this update on Twitter. I can't talk anymore, apparently, and said interaction with almost all Twitter accounts seems to be much lower in recent weeks and days. Accurate? And again, some people have been wondering about this. So again, Musk kind of putting that question out there. And I think that I already actually read that. Hold on a second. Yeah, I did. Anyway, that was with stock market news. Just reiterating that apparently because I had it twice in my sort of media packet here. Anyway, guys, with that said, now guys, let's go ahead and let's move on to an update also, okay, for electric car incentives and tax credits, okay? Elon Musk responded to Rob Meyer, okay, of Tesla Podcast on Twitter. And Rob Meyer on Twitter said, can any member of Senate Dems justify a $7,500 tax credit for vehicles with 7 kilowatt-hour batteries which cost less than $1,000? This is a flagrant waste of resources, ensures we fall behind in clean vehicles, and enables future destruction of our environment. Please adjust. It's a really good, that's really good, okay? And then actually, Rob wrote a formal letter to the members of Congress. Really good to see that. That's a really good point. So fantastic work there. Musk responded and said, good point. Time to move on from hybrid cars. That was a phase, okay? Anyway, quick update there. Now, guys, with that said, Elon Musk has also shared an update on 10.13 for the full self-driving beta. Now, this was being discussed on Friday as well, but Elon Musk brought this up, of course, and said, we're working super hard on 10.13, but it isn't ready yet. James S. on Twitter followed up and said, but when it finally drops, it'll blow our minds, okay? And then Musk responded and said, 10.13 is probably a week or so away, but yes, people outside of California will notice improvements the most, okay? So that's big, but yes, that statement right there alone, I think really confirms that this is going to be mind-blowing. And guys, let me remind all of you of this. It has been a while since a big update for the full self-driving beta actually did drop. What do you guys think this huge upgrade that will be mind-blowing is going to bring to the table? Give me your thoughts and opinions on that right now in the comments section below. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I gotta say right now, we're also going to talk about Tesla stock because I totally forgot about that. So let's take a look. That's a very relevant discussion, of course, right now with that stock split being discussed as well. Anyway, price today saw a bit of chop back and forth. Price is at 891.83 right now. It's moved a little bit after market close, not a ton. Volume just about normal for today. Market cap 924 bill. And again, I think that with that stock split, they're looking to make that a bit more accessible. And I think that that is very, very noteworthy as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys really make the channel, right? You are seriously appreciated. Have a great one, guys. And let me know what you think about all of this as well. Adios.